Hi guys, it's Crystal City Girl Homestead, and it's time for supper. And once again, if you could like, share, subscribe, that would be great. Click that notification button. That'll help a lot. I am making something. I seen it on Tennessee Nikki. I love her. She's funny. But she makes some really quick and easy meals, and I really like her channel. I have done a couple of her recipes before. And then I was watching Catherine's plates, and I kind of liked an addition that she made to it too, so I'm going to kind of combine it and make it my own too. So over in that pan over there, I have potatoes boiling for mashed potatoes. So the first thing I need to do, this is a soup. And boy, a soup couldn't have come at a better time, because let me tell you, it dropped from 57 down to 30 degrees. Ugh. I swear we're never going to see summer again. It gets that time of year, you know, when you live in a cold state, that it's like, is it ever coming? You know it will, but you know, it gets to the point where you really, 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 really want to see the warmth. Now, it calls for 1 onion, and I have this much onion left in one of my bags. That hamburger was in my freezer, so I'm going right along with all my frozen stuff. I have a question for you guys. I am going Saturday, I hope, down to the Bronson store, and hopefully my oldest son is going with us, and with me and Jack anyway, because Tom has to work again. But they have pound packages of ground pork, 2 for $4, which that is so way cheaper than beef. And is there a way to make your beef or your pork taste a little bit like beef, you know what I mean? Or is it just as long as you season it in whatever you cook it in? I've used ground pork before, but like for meatloafs and stuff. So if you guys can fill me in a little bit on that, that would be wonderful. Alright, so now Nikki used some complete seasoning, and I had forgotten that I bought some of that actually at the Dollar Tree a while back. If I could get the top off of it, we'd be doing great. There we go. Sometimes these things, I swear, were not meant for consumption. Because I thought at 2 for $4, maybe I'd get me like 10 of them, and, you know, that might be a very good idea. So, just a thought. Let me know what you guys think. So I'm going to use a little bit of complete seasoning. And I'm going to use a little bit of garlic powder. And we can always add more as we're going along if we want it to flavor it. Yeah, like I don't know what her Tony's hamburger seasoning is or anything like that. I'm not going to add all that. She really seasons her food like crazy, which is good, but I'm not quite that seasoned. I was going to chop up another onion, and I thought, you know what, I got that little bit left in a bag. Why not use that up? You know what I mean? Why not? So I'm going to let that cook a little bit, and then I'll come back and let's make some soup. Alright, so now we want to add a tablespoon of garlic. And let that get cooked into there. So we're going to kind of stir that in with the onions and the burger. Sorry it isn't better picture there, guys. Then we want 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And then I take the leftovers that I have, and I actually put that in a freezer baggie to use for the next time. so we got our tomato paste. We need 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And we're going to get all that stirred in with it. Let's see if I can get that up a little bit higher so that maybe you can see it. Alright. I left something all the way over here on the cupboard. I'm going to get that stirred together. Now you want to use 4 cups of beef broth. Actually, I bought this for something else and ended up not doing it. So, guess what we're doing now? We're using it. Now, I was watching on Catherine's plates, and she added a can of cream of celery. And I'm going to add a can of cream of mushroom. I'm sure you could add any cream of soup that you wanted to. But I thought that looked good. Nikki didn't have that in there. That doesn't mean it wasn't amazing too, so. I'm going to get all that mixed in so it looks nice and creamy. Let me get my little whisk here. Make sure we get it all whisked in there. We don't want no clumps of anything that's not supposed to be clumpy. Oh, that looks beautiful. Beautiful! I forgot to tell you what this was, you guys. It's shepherd's pie soup. I know it's not veal or whatever, but it's shepherd's pie soup. And then I'm gonna, she asked for peas and carrots, which I have, but I decided that I would rather have mixed vegetables. So we're gonna add the mixed vegetables in there. Isn't that a pretty soup? Now, because my vegetables are frozen, we're going to turn that down to like a simmer, and we're going to cover it and let it cook for a little bit. Let me bring it back to the other side and we'll make some mashed potatoes. Alright, so now I have yellow potatoes. So I'm not going to do this with my blender. I'm going to do it with my immersion blender. So I'm going to put a little bit of butter in there, or milk in there. I don't want them super fine. I want them to have maybe a little bit of chunk to them. But I still want them to be mashed. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be like all chunks. If I wanted that, I'd have just put it in the soup. I'll tell you, these immersion blenders work great. I still added too much milk, but that's all right. I'm going to add just a little bit of butter to it, and we're going to get that stirred in. Now, I'm making all of this ahead of Tom being home. They're not sure how long it's going to take him to get home anymore because 696 is closed down. So they have to find an alternative route. So there we go. There's our mashed potatoes. I'm going to set these back on the stove for now. Then in our soup, we want to add, while it's just simmering over there, I got about 2 cups left in there, so we're just going to add that 2 cups in there. Time to get more out of the freezer. And we're going to get that stirred in there too. And get that all melted. So it'll be nice and creamy and yummy. Alright, so I'm going to let that cook. I'm going to let it simmer for about 20 minutes till everything kind of blends together, or like Tom says, until everything's married. Alright, so here it is before the potatoes. So we're going to take and put some mashed potatoes on the top of it. I'm going to put a couple scoops in there for me. I did add pepper to my potatoes, and I did add a little bit of salt and pepper to the soup. That's all I needed to add, and it was perfect. So I'm going to add a little bit of potato in there and the soup. Make sure you always taste it. See if you need to add anything else to it. Mm-hmm. That, my friends, tastes as good as it looked. I wish I would have left my potatoes a little bit stiffer, because then they would have stayed on top, but that's okay. I did see someone take the potatoes and blend it right in with the soup, so I guess you could do that too. For a cold day. Oh, man. I was going to top it with green onions, but my green onions look really sad. And then I thought, we'll top it with some mozzarella cheese, but it's got cheese in it. Really doesn't need it. But look at that, you guys. Oh, yummy for the tummy. Comfort food, 100%. So, when Tom gets here, we'll taste test it and see what he thinks. Well, hi, Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
Just dandy.
There's a soup.
Shepherd pie soup.
Yep. What do you think?
I think it's good. Delicious.
Look what's in front of you.
Blackberry pies.
Yeah, why don't you pick one up and try it? What do you think about the soup, Jack?
It's very good.
You can eat the whole thing. I'll let you. What do you think?
Good.
So pretty good dinner? Just about everything out of the freezer. I'm making room to fill it back up Saturday. All right, you guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Jack.
Bye.
Have a great night, guys.